I was just doing some of my own focused development. So this video is going to be about psychic development and why do you even want to listen to me? I am a mystic medium, which is just the label. But I love development, psychic development, mediumship development, how we perceive things, energy and stuff. Uh, has been a focus of mine and has a lot to do with the other emotional work and regular human experiencing. Anyway, so today I was focusedly doing guess I could guess the card game. There's Zaner cards where I just use sometimes Uno cards or regular playing cards, and wording is very important, and frame of mind and conditioning. So it would usually be guess what card is next. You know, you're holding the card and you want to see what the card is. Or no, right? So there's guessing and knowing. We don't want to guess what the card is. That's very ego in the mind. When we're using our psychic abilities, we need to be very childlike and open to however the information comes. Any of the senses. We could hear something, we could feel movement or something in our body. You know, we can see it in our mind's eye with our third eye. Who knows? We could smell something. All these are ways, and we should always be open to the different ways that this information will come to us. But we don't want to guess. We want to know what the card is. We want to have like a feeling of knowing. And that's a Claire. I'm not great at the Claire names, but for myself, I feel in my heart chakra and I listen there for this information. But especially if a person is developing something very specifically, which can involve ego and take away some of the childlike forgiveness and stuff. So what does this all have to do with each other? Why do I keep saying childlike? Okay, so when our energy is open and expansive in our heart and everything's open and expansive, it is much easier to receive information. It's going through a lot less filters. We're able to be curious, which allows less judgment of the information. It just allows things to flow more. And when it and practicing and developing a specific thing, or even just at the beginning of any stage of our development, uh, we tend to analyze a lot, right? And judge, and we're not sure, and all these types of things. So if we imagine that we're like our current now self is wanting to support, and this is where self-development comes in, right? Is wanting to support a child, which we could view our development, right, as a child learning something, because that's really what's happening, that we're just learning and experimenting. And, you know, we need to let go what it looks like, this information receiving, and that it might sound very crazy. Sometimes I think that I'm totally insane, but that just means I'm on the right track. So we need to support ourselves. Our intuition and this type of knowing is going to have a harder time coming through and wanting to be, you know, wrong, being willing to be wrong, right? So if we keep this curious, self-supportive, self-loving, forgiving thing in our mind, feeling it in our body, especially so our human experience, right? As a child, depending how our curiosity was taken, we might need to work on a somatic level to actually help us develop more easily this curiosity and allow the information to flow. We could be practicing all the time and doing all these things, and we just maybe feel like we hit a wall, which can be common. And that's why personally, and other people probably put the two to two together. Okay, in our body holds things. If our body's not feeling open and stuff, that could be past traumas or whatever part of the human experience that's causing a block for us. And so we want to work with that um, aspect of to get through the block, to become better. I've always done both together, and I notice that I'll go through a period of intense inner work, working on my psychological, emotional, and now physical aspects of releasing, becoming more open, being able to embody my soul more, and without even doing any psychic stuff. So I'll do a period of that, and then I'll go to the psychic stuff, and I'll be much more clear, and things come more easily. Um, and there's just a leap in development. But I wasn't even practicing. And my friends and other people, I'm sure, have noticed this correlation. So that's why I just, more love, feeling better about myself, personal growth, and it also makes me a better psychic and medium, uh, and mirror, like, to read people and do my acts of service using the skills and gifts that I've developed, however you perceive them. Anyway, so be childlike, be conscious, and make the conscious choice with your development at whatever stage you're at to remain open. Even if even if you're doing card readings and you're a professional and you've been doing it a long time, sometimes we can even get in a rut. Remain curious, remain to learn something new, no matter what. If you don't already, maybe you do. Maybe you are amazed still after years and years at all the really amazing things and ways that it all kind of comes in and can tie together, which is great. Curiosity is awesome. Life is more fun when we're childlike and have curiosity and are less rigid. So I yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that and learned something or not. Whatever. I'm posting it anyway because that's part of where I'm going. Have fun. And if you ever read my book or attend any of my circles or anything, if they're running, I hope that you come and feel safe to explore and be incorrect. Even though there's no right or wrong, we're just learning. And part of this video is to remind myself of those things. I'm really just talking to myself.
Do it up.